to a special segment of Open House, Adams County Unwrapped. This is our Christmas special, and I'm Raymond Galker, your host, and we have a special guest with us tonight. We have Chris Glatfelter, who is the retired executive director for the Adams County Arts Council. Hi, Chris.
Hey, Ray, how are you?
Never better, never
Good.
better. And, you know, we're very lucky to have a lot of good people come here to community media. That has changed our community, and you definitely are one. You are the founder, executive director of the Arts Council, and you had a group of people that helped you do that.
Well, I'd like to say I helped a group of people do that.
Okay.
In fact, the Adams County Arts Council, the germ of the idea for our organization, it sprouted in the waiting room at what was Adams Community Television way back in, I think, 92 maybe. Judy Marty, an organic farmer and banjo player, and then director of the Adams County Library, Mark Merrifield, both were at your station for something they were doing, and they started talking about how really depressing it was that the arts were being cut from our schools at that time. And they decided, instead of, like a lot of people, just complaining and moaning about something, they were going to do something about it. So they put the word out, come to a meeting at the library if you are interested in starting some kind of arts organization in the county to promote arts and education. And they did, and I wasn't at the first meeting or the second meeting, but maybe the third meeting, and it was decided very early on that the most effective way we could promote the arts here was through an arts council. Adams County was one of the last in the state that didn't have one. So that's how it got started. And so I always like to say I was involved since early on, but not the beginning.
So you weren't at the station, sitting there in the waiting room where there was...
Well, you didn't invite me.
There was a food pantry there. Have you never been, you weren't down there ever? So our waiting room was on Stratton Street. We were in the Adams County, no, SCAP. We were
right.
We were part of the SCAP. SCAP was in the top of the building. We were in the basement, and it was a food pantry. And a lot of times you had boxes of potatoes there. So, you know, it was quite a good place to nurture thoughts, I'm sure. But, you know, the Arts Council creates a safe, thriving, and vibrant community in that it provides opportunities for our youth all the way up to our most valuable aged individuals like ourselves to experience, express, and sometimes even just start and nurture, sometimes showcase their skills as artists. So what were some of the problems or some of the challenges you had early on?
Figuring out what we wanted to be took some time. Then figuring out how to be it took an awful lot of time, because in the very early days, our board of directors was made up of a group of people who had arts experience as performers or directors or producers. So in the early days, we put on a lot of events. And as we grew and learned more, I think we realized that we're not a presenting organization per se, although we do present events. But we are more like a conduit organization, because as you said, the arts are valuable for people at any age. And the Arts Council's job is to connect artists with audience and teachers with students. So it took us a while to evolve into that. knowing what our role is. And with any nonprofit, as you grow, you continue to refine your mission and how you accomplish that. Certainly, raising money is always a challenge because you can only go so far with volunteer staff. And we were lucky that we could go quite a number of years with volunteer staff. But we had a good idea because there is a lot of demand for the arts here in Adams County. And it takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of staff time to be able to facilitate all the requests and all the connections.
You have a number of programs there, specific programs.
You have to excuse me. It's so second nature. I don't want to speak on behalf of the organization. Lisa Cadigan is the executive director. I will speak as a very proud volunteer for the Adams County Arts Council, that absolutely the Arts Council offers just about any kind of arts education opportunity that you might be interested in.
And you guys have a great website in case anybody would like to.
adamsarts.org. You can find out all about everything that the Arts Council does. But from pottery, dancing, I have Dancing with the Local Stars on the brain, painting, all different kinds of media. There are written word programs if you want to be able to improve your skills journaling or as a poet. It's just amazing, something for everyone.
And you showcase local artists' work there?
The Arts Council is very fortunate to have a facility on South Washington Street, which is currently, under renovation, and it's going to be really exciting to see the new facade when it's finished. But we have a dedicated gallery space showing the work of local artists, and we have space in some of the other rooms inside the center. So I think Wendy Hygas, who coordinates the gallery and also the classes there, I think at any given time there are probably 3 exhibits on display at the Arts Council. And those are free for the community to come in and look at and enjoy.
And if you never experienced First Friday at the Arts Council, you are missing out. What a great time.
Yes.
It's a great time. Food?
Yep, yes. We usually use First Friday to open a new show, and the artist is there, and if you have any questions, you can talk to that person about their work. And, you know, there are refreshments, and it's a great place to see your friends out on a Friday night.
Mm-hmm. How long were you the executive director there?
20 years.
20 years. And you're originally from Gettysburg?
I am. Born in what was Annie Warner Hospital.
Okay.
Gettysburg Hospital now.
Mm-hmm. And went through the Gettysburg school system?
Yes, 1969 graduate of Gettysburg High School.
Were you an artist?
My interest was always in theater. So not as an actor, but as a director and someone behind the scenes. So I feel very privileged to have had the experience in high school, to be in the drama club, to work on the shows from, I think, junior high on, and it really helped hone my interest. And then I studied theater at Temple University. I'm one of these people that I couldn't wait to get out of this pokey small town of Gettysburg. And I went off to the big city, Philadelphia. I spent 4 years there, and then I couldn't wait to get home, and I've been here ever since.
So when you came back, what did you do?
A variety of odd jobs that would support my theater habit, that I could earn some money that let me continue directing plays. And at one time or another, I'd started 2 different theater companies, the second of which, with a friend of mine, we put together a series of plays based on human interest stories from the Battle of Gettysburg, called it the Civil War Theater Project, produced those original plays at several venues. We did that over the course of, I guess, 4 years in the 80s at several different locations, including the attic of the Dobbin House. And those were, that was an interesting experience. But once again, it's a challenge to raise money. You need money to promote what you're doing. So it's, it's the same old song for a lot of nonprofits. You really need to be successful to raise the funds that you need to carry out your mission.
The Adams County Community Foundation
Yes.
is very successful at helping nonprofit organizations.
Yes, indeed.
And I'm not quite sure if they were around
No.
at that time.
Well, actually, the forerunner of that, I happen to be a Rotarian, and Jack Phillips, who sadly is no longer with us, but he was with Rotary at the time, and he started that. That was a Rotary foundation, very small. Early on, the Arts Council got some small grants from that community foundation. And then at one point, that, I think through the efforts of Barb Ernico, that separated itself from Rotary, became a standalone organization. And what that foundation has done for this county is just, it's astounding.
It is. It helps keep our community healthy
Yes, indeed.
because they keep our nonprofits healthy.
I know the Arts Council, when I was executive director, benefited from grants from the community foundation, greatly benefited. In fact, the Arts Council was the first nonprofit to have our own fund at the community foundation. One of our, I don't know if I'm telling this story, but one of our board members went to her ex-husband, who collected antiques, and said, would you donate a piece of antique furniture to the Arts Council? And he did. It was a very tall 18th century highboy, and some board members trucked it up to Christie's in New York City, where it was auctioned during one of their antique sales. And one of the Leno brothers, if you ever watch Antiques Roadshow, called me about it. That was really a thrill that day when I got to talk to one of them. But I think it sold for something like $26,000, which to us at the time was a huge amount of money. And we took that money and opened the first nonprofit endowment fund at the Community Foundation, and the Arts Council has been benefiting from that ever since. And that has grown and grown.
That's amazing. So the Rotary.
Did I say Leno? The Keno brothers.
Keno.
Jay and...
I'm not going to be able
Jay.
to help you here.
Anyway, the two brothers from the Antiques Roadshow. Not Jay Leto. Jay Leto never called me.
There's still a chance.
That's right.
There's still a chance.
I don't think he has my phone number.
Well, that is really amazing to know the relationship between the Arts Council, the Rotary Club, the Adams County Community Foundation, the Adams County Community Foundation, and Arts Council. And just the networking and the growth of our community from not only the Adams County Community Foundation, but the Arts Council creates a lot of opportunities, as we've talked about. You have a program in the summer for students.
Summer camps.
Yeah.
I think more than 400 students participated in that last year. I'll tell you, that was one of my favorite times of year when I was executive director, to walk through the rooms and just all the energy and the excitement. And the kids were having a great time. And they are so serious about what they do. They are really into it. And it's a wonderful opportunity to keep things going in the summer while they're away from school. In fact, not too long ago, someone told me that her son took a culinary camp with us. And that inspired him and he is now a chef and doing very well, but that it all started when he took a camp at the Arts Council. So
That's exciting, fun.
Yes.
What a great opportunity to be able to change our youth for the future.
a small change for the better in someone's life is something that the Arts Council can do. We can't move mountains, but one little bit at a time, we can help improve the quality of life.
Creating a spark.
Yep.
And then it's up to everybody else to keep it going. Now, you're retired,
I am.
but the Arts Council is still a part of you.
I came back as a volunteer, offered my services, and I'm working on 2 events for the Arts Council because my background in theater. I've experienced producing events. So I'm co-chair of the gingerbread celebration, which just wrapped up a couple of weeks ago. It's part of the Gettysburg Christmas Festival, which really kicks off the holiday season here. And we have wonderful, wonderful houses submitted this year. And one thing I want to put out there to your audience, think about making a gingerbread house next year and entering it in the gingerbread celebration. We would always love to see more entries, and we have great cash prizes for the bakers who win first or second place. At any rate, it's a fun event, and we have a holiday market with a lot of different vendors, and we have a gift basket silent auction. We had more than 1,500 people come through this year, which was absolutely great, and it's a lot of fun. And just seeing everyone, young and old, oohing and ahhing and looking at the houses, it's great.
Making a great connection with the community.
Yes.
And you also are involved with Dancing with the Stars.
Dancing with the Local Stars has a special edition this year, a Tournament of Champions. This is the 10th anniversary show. It's longer than 10 years since it started, but it's the 10th show that we're doing this year. So we had this idea of doing a show and asking all the couples that won it in the past, would you be willing to come back for a Tournament of Champions? And fortunately, they said yes. We were almost able to get all the original couples together. Some of the people had moved out of the area, but we filled them in with other people. And yes, it's coming up January 12th at the Majestic. And as of when we are filming, there are still some tickets left, but people should get them early because I think this will sell out. And it's a lot of fun to put it together. It's a tremendous amount of work from the dancers involved. It's a benefit for the Y and the Arts Council. Those 2 organizations work jointly on the event. And we're very fortunate. WellSpan Health is our event sponsor, and we have sponsorships from some other organizations. Do you mind if I name them?
No, go ahead.
Sharon McGraw, Taney Corporation, Helicopter Applicators, UPMC, and Dayhoff Construction. They can't do a show without a lot of sponsors, not a show like this anyway. So we are really excited.
And what a great opportunity for the community to come together at the Majestics and just have a fun time.
The audience loves this show, and if you're out there in the audience, you can just tell the warm, fuzzy feeling. It's a lot of fun to see your friends and neighbors and colleagues up there on the stage, and you're sitting there thinking, oh, gee, better them than me. I could never get up and do that. So there's a lot of admiration involved, too. And these folks were all champions, so they can dance. Mm-hmm. The level of what you're going to see on stage is going to be very high.
That's going to be awesome. A lot of anticipation.
Yes, indeed. And we always showcase student dancers in the show. So we have the Edge, the Edge Dance Complex from Hanover, and a young man named Tony Mercado, who is a wonderful dancer. We're going to be showcasing both of them.
Okay. Now, the gingerbread event takes place during the Christmas festival.
First weekend in December.
So it's always the first weekend in December.
Yes.
So you missed it this year, plan on it next year.
Right.
And then the Dancing with the Stars, is that always in December also?
No, it's, in the past it has always been in January. January 12th at the Majestic.
And that's, this year also it's in January, right?
Yes.
Okay. And is it always the second week in January or?
Traditionally, for the last several years, it has been.
Okay. And if anybody wanted to volunteer with anything with the Arts Council, they can go to the website.
AdamsArts.org.
And if they want to donate, they surely can do the same there.
Absolutely.
And if anybody wanted to get involved with the gingerbread house event or Dance with the Stars, they should do the same thing, go through
Yes. Contact the Arts Council.
Okay. So what are some things that you are really excited happened this year?
So much of my focus has always been on this organization that I love dearly. So I will start there. I think under Lisa Cadigan's direction, the Arts Council has made leaps and strides this year in terms of its programming. An event she does called the People Project, which is the essence of how an Arts Council can best serve its community. It's basically people telling their stories in a variety of different media. It's very powerful, not only for the people in it, but for the people watching it. But just what the Arts Council's been offering, I've seen the way the Arts Council is presenting itself to the community and improve and involve. And I'm also very pleased to see some of the support they've been getting, which has enabled the Arts Council to get some things done that they really need to have accomplished and to just continue growing. So I'm excited about that. I think maybe this isn't the most popular opinion, but I think in terms of, in general, in our country, I think things could have been so much worse this year in terms of a recession or the economy in general. So I think now could things be better? Like everyone else, I don't want to pay so much for gas, but I just don't think things are as bad as people say they are, or as we hear in this echo chamber that everything is horrible. I don't think everything is horrible. I think each and every one of us has so much to be grateful for, and that there's so much positive going on around us. I mean, my goodness, look at the wonderful things that happen in Gettysburg and how on so many levels people work together and they connect each other and they care about each other and they are kind to each other. That, I think, is what makes this a great place to live, and I think that's something I'm grateful for seeing that, and grateful that that continued this year, and I hope continues in the future.
A healthy community.
It is.
And it comes from being kind.
I think so. Everything starts with that.
Mm-hmm. And we do, if you look at our organizations like the Adams County Community Foundation, SCAP, ARM, the Arts Council, we have high quality individuals working as executive directors and leaders in those organizations who are very intentional. They are good at gathering resources from the community, coming up with strategies and implementing them. And a lot of that goes to creating that good vibe that occurs in the community, because they're helping people, they're helping the community function and work.
Yeah. Yes. You need people that are dedicated. And you look around, I see who's sitting in all those chairs and who's sitting in the seat I used to sit in, and I think we're very lucky, just as you said.
Are you looking to any goals for this coming year? Anything that you would like to see occur? Anything that you're going to be working towards?
Well, I don't make New Year's resolutions, you know. However, I think we should always strive to enrich ourselves from within. And when we stop learning, then we stop growing. And I think I certainly would like to expand my artistic horizons a bit in the coming year. I'd like to continue learning. And my own directed to myself is, I need to be more curious. So I'm going to try to be more curious in the new year.
So what type of artistic goals?
All right,
that
Ray,
you're
you're going to get it out of me now, I guess.
I mean,
I have never taken a class at the Adams County Arts Council.
Is that
all
right?
right? I admit it.
Okay.
Never once.
It's because you were so busy making it for everybody else.
This coming year, I'm going to take a class.
Dancing?
It will not be dancing. No dancing. No way. It won't be dancing. I'm not sure what it will be. What I will embarrass myself the least with. How's that for a sentence?
Okay.
I don't know, but I think now that it's out there, because they all look like so much fun.
Don't they?
Yes.
Yes, there's so much to learn. Pottery?
I have a pottery collection. I collect redware. I love pottery. And maybe that might be it.
Might be it.
Yeah, that looks, and it's messy. You know, that looks fun.
And curiosity. I'm curious, on the plays that you did when you were young, they were about the Civil War.
When we were doing the Civil War Theater Project, prior to that, I had a troupe of actors that we did children's theater plays. I did that over a number of years at a variety of different locales, and had a lot of fun writing plays for kids.
So you wrote them for kids?
Yes,
Okay.
children's theater. That's something else. I didn't even say it. I had some thought that when I retired, I was going to try to do some writing. That should be my New Year's goal, to be more disciplined so that perhaps I could sit down and do some writing. So we'll see.
So you're very active with the Gingerbread House. You're very active with the Dancing in the Stars. You're very active being subtly supportive of the Arts Council and a lot of other organizations, I'm sure.
Well, I'm a member of Rotary. In fact, one of our board members, I think in 2000 or 2001, said, if you're going to be executive director, you need to join Rotary because of all the connections. So I said, all right. And even when I retired, I always enjoyed the camaraderie, and Rotary does great things in this community. So I'm chairman of Rotary's Community Service Committee. So I line up the volunteers and match them with the various tasks we take on for different nonprofits. We help with Ruth's Harvest, the bell ringing, United Way's Day of Caring, various things like that. So I'm involved in that respect.
And many other things that I'm sure you're not even...
A few other things I'm involved with, yes.
Hey, Chris, thanks for spending the time with us.
Oh, yes, sure.
You know, we're running almost into the new year.
Close.
With this conversation. I know, thanks for spending the time. And at this point, you know, we're going to end up, you have a chance to talk to our people who are watching us and wrap this wonderful experience up.
Well, thank you, Ray. Let me wish everyone a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. Be gentle with yourself and be kind to others.
Thank you very much. And that was Chris Glatfelter. Chris is the ex-director for the Adams County Arts Council and is someone who, I was going to say subtly, but in some ways not so subtly, made a big difference in Adams County, especially through the arts. And here at Community Media, we want to wish you the best of the holidays, and be kind and love on those friends of yours that's around you this holiday season. Thank you for watching.